hard work, all the pain, all the sweat, all the anguish. The time is now. Ain't no run, ain't no hide. Two teams gonna enter, and one team gonna leave with his head up, the other's gonna leave with his head down. If you get knocked down, that's okay. It's who can last the round. And you got to throw them balls. You can't hold nothing back. Don't get caught up in the hype. It's time to fight. From beginning, you fight to win. In the middle, you fight to win. In the end, you fight to win. We always work to what? Win. Let's go win.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to the ASU Football Buzz, the show that gives you the inside, in-depth look of the football team at Alabama State University here in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm your host, Mo Carter, and I'm joined as always by the head coach, Brian Jenkins. The Hornets are coming off a tough home loss to Prairie View, in which they fell 38-13. Coach, the loss drops us to 5-5 on the year. How tough was Saturday's defeat here at the new ASU Stadium?
Real tough. You know, we didn't play well, and we played a good football team, and it was really just disappointing all the way around. I can say that.
Okay. As far as we're losing another home game, I know you're still trying to give the home fans just that first victory at home. Did that kind of go into the parlay of it being disappointing as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. We just didn't play well, and we didn't execute well. And the end result was we got beat by a team that executed better than us. And you got to take your hat off to Coach Willie Simmons. He's doing a good job at Prairie View. And, you know, I just can't put my finger on this home thing. I'm looking at every aspect, up, down, around, trying to figure it out. And I just can't figure it out as of yet. But I'm going to keep pushing to try to get a beat on it to get this thing conquered.
And I know for sure you definitely will. Take a look at this. We're 5-1 on the road, but 0-4 at home. But those four losses, Grambling to Southern to Alcorn and Prairie View, which right now, if you stack those teams up records-wise, they're basically the best teams in the SWAC as we talk about.
Yeah, but you got to be able to defend your home turf and not lose at home. You got to be able to. And if you can't do that, then, you know, it's not a good thing. And right now it's just not a good thing, and we got to find a way to do better.
Okay, well, with the home loss, we get ready to go into the final week of the season, in which it is homecoming, Turkey Day Classic. We'll get into a little bit of that later on into the show, but I'm sure you're looking forward to next week's game because it's the next game on the schedule.
Right. It is the next game, and it gives us an opportunity to close out the season on a high note, you know, and we got a very, very tough football team coming in here, Miles, and like I tell people, regardless of the division or size of the school, they got champion on their name, and you got to respect that. And so, you know, we're going to give them every bit of our attention, and hopefully we can come out and give our best in the effort to achieve victory.
And that's what Coach is talking about, the Turkey Day Classic, which is happening this Saturday at the new ASU Stadium, 3 o'clock kickoff. But before we talk about the Miles Bears, we'll take a look back at ASU versus Prairie View. We'll take a look at some of these highlights, and then we'll return on the ASU Football Buzz.
Hello, Hornets family. I'm head coach Brian Jenkins.
Hello, Hornet family. I'm Melvin Hines, Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics.
We're coming to you today to ask the Hornet family to get involved and make contributions to the Devon Gales Fund.
And you can find a link on BamaStateSports.com for the Devon Gale Fund.
As you know, Devon Gales is a young man that participated in football at Southern University. Unfortunately, he had a tragic injury.
So come on, Hornet family. The opportunity is here. The opportunity is now. Support the fund.
And welcome back to the ASU Football Buzz. I'm Mo Carter, and I'm joined by Coach Brian Jenkins. And, Coach, we're getting ready for the Turkey Day Classic, but we got to take a look back at Prairie View's game, in which it was Faith and Freedom Night. And it was a game that we had some good things, we had some bad things, and we had some ugly things. I'll start you off on that first drive. Moved the ball really well down the field. Bell making a great catch. We get inside of Prairie View territory. Big run by Khalid Thomas, but was negated by a penalty. And I can kind of say that's where things started falling backwards for us.
Like I say, we just didn't play well. We didn't execute well, and the end result was, we played a team that executed well.
And 2 plays later, unfortunately, Duhart makes a bad decision and throws his first interception of the season. Prairie View, they waste no time on their first play scoring. Trey Green finds Kadero Hodge on a 59-yard touchdown. Yes, there was a defensive breakdown because this guy was wide open. But Alabama State tries to shake off the dust, and they get back on the field and waste no time getting on the board as well. Duhart finding Josh Davis on a 58-yard slant route, and we take it to the house, and we're back in business. That game is now 7-7. But we got missed opportunities coming up on the next drive. The defense holding Prairie View on the next drive and forces the punt. We quickly get down the field thanks to a 44-yard reception by Jameer Hanna, but we lose momentum. Not 1, but 2 sacks and a false start. And next thing you know, we could have attempted a 49-yard field goal, but we decide to punt. So with the game being tied at 7 going into the second quarter, we're feeling good about our position. However, Prairie View had second quarter success. We had second quarter struggles. Prairie View had a 17-play drive that ate up 7 minutes and 26 seconds, and the defense holds them to force a field goal. Now, offensively, we come onto the field and go 3 and out, and that long drive by Prairie View did have an effect on our offense because they were sitting on the sidelines so long. PVU, they end up blocking another punt this season, which is their 7th block punt of the year. But our defense holds ground because Prairie View misses a field goal. But on Prairie View's next 2 drives, they start in our territory and they're capped off by TDs. We only had 11 plays in the second quarter and gained 14 yards, and that was definitely a disheartening feeling. We head into the locker room down 24-7, but we never were able to gain our momentum back. As well, we were stopped several times throughout the game, and the final score ends up being 38-13. We fall in defeat to the Prairie View A&M Panthers. When we return here on the ASU Football Buzz, I'll have Coach Brian Jenkins talk about his seniors that will be playing the last football games of their lives here inside the new ASU Stadium with Senior Day, Homecoming Day coming up this Saturday. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
For nearly 150 years, Alabama State University has embraced a mission that is student-focused, academically rigorous, and increasingly global in its vision and scope, with a growing emphasis on scientific research and innovations. With more than 5,000 students representing all 50 states and hailing from countries around the world, Alabama State University offers more than 50 academic programs housed in its 6 degree-granting colleges. As the university expands its science and technology footprint, 2 of our colleges are working on major advancements in STEM-related research and applications. The College of Health Sciences, which boasts in-demand programs such as physical therapy and prosthetics and orthotics, is changing lives with technological advancements that improve the quality of life for injured veterans, stroke victims, and patients who have experienced amputations and other injuries impacting motor control. A recent $500,000 Department of Defense grant was used to secure a state-of-the-art interactive system that allows for advanced study of human motion. Students and professors in the College of Science, Mathematics, and Technology are conducting cutting-edge research in areas ranging from nanobiotechnology to tissue engineering, thanks to millions of dollars in grant funding from institutions such as the National Science Foundation, the U.S. Department of Energy, and the National Institutes of Health. The college is home to several STEM-related centers of excellence, including the National Science Foundation's Center for Nanobiotechnology Research. The university's flagship college, the College of Education, has been ranked among the nation's leading producers of African American educators. The College of Liberal Arts and Social Science prepares graduates for careers in fields ranging from communications to law. The College of Business Administration is recognized for producing entrepreneurs and leaders in business and industry. The College of Visual and Performing Arts has launched graduates to Broadway and beyond. From Broadway to boardrooms, from classrooms to crime scenes, ASU graduates are leaving their mark and making a difference in Alabama, in the nation, and around the globe. Alabama State University. Opportunity is here.
Hello, Hornets family. I'm head coach Brian Jenkins.
Hello, Hornet family. I'm Melvin Hines, Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics.
We're coming to you today to ask the Hornet family to get involved and make contributions to the Devon Gales Fund.
And you can find a link on BamaStateSports.com for the Devon Gale Fund.
As you know, Devon Gales is a young man that participated in football at Southern University. Unfortunately, he had a tragic injury.
So come on, Hornet family. The opportunity is here. The opportunity is now. Support the fund.
And we're back with ASU Football Buzz here on Hornet Vision with Alabama State University, taking an in-depth look at the football team here in Montgomery, Alabama. Now, Coach, we're looking forward to another fun week here at the university, and it'll also be homecoming, Turkey Day Classic, and Senior Day. We'll harp on homecoming and Turkey Day in just a second, but let's talk about some of these seniors that you were able to deal with within your first year here, but they've put a lot of work here in the program over the last 4 to 5 years. Guys like Shawan Parks and Daniel Duhart and Antonio Humphrey, just to name a few. I mean, can you kind of just, talk about some of the impacts that some of these guys have made?
I think the two guys I know who've made a major impact has been Shawan Parks and Humphreys. Shawan Parks is a guy that's small in stature, but I tell you what, the way he plays, the way he practices, the way he tries to keep the guys in line, you would think he was 6'8". And just his commitment to this team, the way he does things is phenomenal. And there's no doubt in my mind that gentleman is going to be successful, very successful, because he has it. Whatever you want to tap it, he has it. And Shawan Parks is just a first-class guy. And when things were not going well, he was one of the first on the field, keeping guys motivated. Things were going good. He was one of the guys that were keeping guys focused and encouraged. So definitely Shawan Parks is a guy that I think has made a major impact on this team and on this university. Humphreys is a guy, just his work ethic is phenomenal. He doesn't say much, but his work ethic and his attitude of being willing to work no matter what the conditions are is phenomenal. And I think he's set the stage for, the classes to come on how things need to be done. This senior class didn't get the result that they wanted on the field, but as far as restoring this program and setting it in the right direction, I think they've done that. I mean, they've kept guys out of trouble off the field. They've motivated guys to make sure we clean up the classroom situation that we have. And I think they've just represented our program well. And so, I'm grateful and thankful for all my seniors. I love all those guys very dearly, and I can't say enough about their effort in helping make the change and adjustment, because that's hard as a player. You go all the way down to your senior year, then there's change, but these guys took it on head on when things were bad and our program was being attacked in the media. And a lot of, misconstrued things were said about myself, as well as our program. The senior class stayed together, and they kept this program on a high, and they kept me motivated. So it was good to see this senior class lead this team through all the propaganda and falsehood of things, and show that they are first class and outstanding. And I think you got to take your hat off to them. And because of their effort, I think the future for this program is very bright.
Now, a few weeks ago, we did have the senior class edition of the ASU Football Buzz, and they had a lot of good things to say about you as well, Coach, especially your quarterback, Daniel Duhart. And talk about a guy who this was supposed to be him coming in, third-year starter or whatever, got injured, and had to kind of take a back role for a couple of games, but he said that talking to you day in and day out was able to keep him motivated, in which he was able to get back to a starting role.
Definitely. And I think just his approach after he got hurt was even more impressive than before he got hurt. You know, after he got hurt, he put his full focus into getting back, but he also put a lot of effort into the guys that were left to play. You know, he put a lot of effort into those quarterbacks. I mean, he was right there expressing everything that he knew, sharing his knowledge, and just being a backbone for those guys, you know, just being an earpiece for QT and Ellis and helping them see some things and keeping them on track. And I think that speaks volumes about a guy. And then when he got back healthy, he came in and just wanted to compete, to get back on the field. He didn't come in with any expectation of hey, I'm supposed to be the guy. Mm-hmm. He came into practice and he competed, you know, to get the job back. And I tell you what, a couple games we had to ask him to take a back seat due to the terrain, and we had to go with Ellis. And I tell you what, Duhart was right there cheering him on, you know. And I think that just tells you how a class act this young man is, you know, to win an award at the Magic City Classic and send it home to his family, you know. And he's not said one word about that award. And like I said, he's a very humble guy. He loves to win. I think he's a true leader. And I think the way he has done things has just really gave a vision of what a true Hornet is. And I can't say enough about Daniel Duhart. Like I say, I love him like my own son, and he's done a phenomenal job for this program before my arrival and during my tenure here. And I think he's to be respected for all the things that he has done.
I've got to ask you about one more senior, and that's Damian Love. He was probably the first player you got a chance to meet because he was at the press conference with all of us media members waiting for you to be introduced as the new Hornets head coach. And I saw him shake your hand and kind of give you a big hug and be like, welcome to ASU.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Damian was a guy that he was the first player that I met and got a chance to talk to, and we shared some different feelings and different views on things. And the thing about Damian that I thought was good was he's always upbeat. Nothing rattles him. Mm-hmm. You know, he never gets rattled. You could jump on him as a coach and really get on him hard and chastise him hard, and he's the same guy, right, you know, afterwards. So he loves ASU now. I tell you, ASU runs deep in his blood. And
yeah, I think his grandfather is a graduate of ASU, as a matter of fact.
His grandfather is a graduate and a very involved supporter. And Love is a guy that is really excelling, you know, off the field. Mm-hmm. You know, as we speak, he's away at a conference in Washington, D.C. You know, he had to fly out right after the game. And I just tell you what, the sky's the limit for that young man, too. And that's another guy that when you look at ASU, you can look at Love and see what it means to be a Hornet.
All right, that's Coach talking about his seniors here on the Alabama State University football team. Of course, it's Senior Day this upcoming week here at the new ASU Stadium, along with Homecoming and Turkey Day. We'll get into those festivities and talk a little bit more about that game. We'll return on the ASU Football Buzz.
Hello, Hornets family. I'm head coach Brian Jenkins.
Hello, Hornet family. I'm Melvin Hines, Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics.
We're coming to you today to ask the Hornet family to get involved and make contributions to the Devon Gales Fund.
And you can find a link on BamaStateSports.com for the Devon Gale Fund.
As you know, Devon Gales is a young man that participated in football at Southern University. Unfortunately, he had a tragic injury.
So come on, Hornet family. The opportunity is here. The opportunity is now. Support the fund.
We are built on heritage and tradition. 10 teams that honor this heritage. Heritage built by legends and honored by fans. And on December 5th, in Houston, Texas, Judgment Day will be our day for the next legend to rise. honor the heritage.
And we're back with the show, everyone. Time to take a look at some SWAC recaps from this past weekend. Alcorn State going to Houston and laying it down on Texas Southern, 65-13, Coach.
Hey, I mean, Alcorn is a good team. You know, they got a little off track there, you know, but they rebounded and I think they're, you know, trying to finish the season on a strong note.
Also in Baton Rouge, Southern defeats Alabama A&M 46-7, and over at Arkansas Pine Bluff, Grambling wins 49-31 with the win. The G-men clinched the division, and they're going to the SWAC title game representing the West.
Right. I mean, I think Grambling, like I've always said, they're a first-class team. Coach Broderick Fobbs is a top-level coach, and the staff has done a phenomenal job getting that program back to the top of the conference, and they rightfully and deservingly so, you know, deserve to be in that championship game.
Now, taking a look at this week's game, you got Jackson State at Prairie View, UAPB at Mississippi Valley, and right here in Montgomery, we will be hosting Miles in the Turkey Day Classic, and it's also homecoming. Coach, I know Magic City Classic was probably a game a lot of people had been asking you about, but I figured Turkey Day is probably got to be the second most asked about game that you were asked about through the year.
Absolutely. Everybody is looking forward to the Turkey Day Classic, including myself. It's homecoming, and we got a lot of people back. So we're up against a tough opponent, and like I said, they got championed by their name, and you got to respect them for it. So, you know, it's going to be a hard-fought football game, and it's going to be exciting. You know, you got a lot of people back, a lot of alumni back in town, and so a lot of festivities. You know, but we're looking forward to it. We are.
Now, do you find it quite unique that basically the last regular season game of the year is homecoming compared to most schools do it, you know, late September, early October?
Yeah, it is. It is quite unique. You know, it is. But, you know, it gives you, and on the other end, it gives you something to kind of motivate you, you know, to finish the season out on the top note. So, and finish the season out with a celebration. It's no better time than to do it during homecoming. But it is a unique thing to have going on.
Now, of course, with any homecoming at any school, there's a lot of activities going on, a lot of events going on, and you being a coach for as many years as you've been now, how do you keep your team focused from all the outside distractions?
Well, you know, I mean, you just got to continue to get them to understand, you know, what's really the most important thing. That regardless of all the activities, you got to stay in the frame of mind of preparing for a football game, and you know, you just got to get them to understand that that's the sacrifice that they got to make, you know, to this program, and continuous preaching of what you need from them, and just never give your team an inch to get off track. So hopefully our previous discussions with our team that have developed our characteristics and our behaviors will keep this team focused and in order and not worried about the many festivities that's going on.
Taking a look at this Miles Golden Bears team, of course, their Division II program playing up a level for this game. SIAC champion last week at Crampton Bowl. But let me go back to this whole thing with it being a D2 against an FCS team. When you were at Bethune-Cookman, you played many FBS teams being an FCS level team. So how's that feeling when you're playing one level up?
Well, you got the feeling of wanting to be able to prove yourself. You know, to prove that the game of football is all the same, you know, and you do come in with an extra chip on your shoulder because you want everybody to know that you could play with these guys, you know, that's supposedly at the higher level. So a lot of times when you're playing a game of football, that level and that ranking goes out once that whistle blows.
Right.
And Division II, Division I, FBS, FCS, you know, it's still football. It's the same rules. So, you know, the Miles has a chip on their shoulder. They feel like they're going to have something to prove, and they would like nothing best than to come in and knock us off on our homecoming.
The head coach is Reginald Ruffin. He's in his 5th year at Miles. However, he's got Turkey Day Classic experience because he was defensive coordinator at Tuskegee. With his experience in that situation, does it kind of bother you just a little bit, Coach?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, he's a seasoned vet. A good coach, you know, he has his team coached up. They're when you watch them on film, they're coached really well. So it goes to show you that he has some order in his program and some discipline. But no, it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's still the game of football. Mm-hmm. You got to line your Jimmy and your Joes up, and you got to put, you know, match wits with the other guys and find a way to outcoach the other team. So, in fact, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. And so for me, it's an added motivation for me, to tell you the truth.
And just on a final note, do you feel it's going to be more of a physical football game? Is it going to be more finesse with athletes running all around here, there, and everywhere? How could you see that in that preparation?
I think it's going to be a little bit of everything. You know, whenever you got two teams like Alabama State and Miles that are so close in proximity, you can expect a little bit of everything. And whenever you got an atmosphere that is has set the stage for excitement and everything, you know, you can expect the unexpected. So I think you're going to have a little bit of everything.
All right, that's Coach Brian Jenkins talking about the Turkey Day Classic, which is this Saturday at 3 p.m. at the new ASU Stadium. Of course, it's Turkey Day Classic, it's homecoming, it's senior day, and for sure, if you're not here at the new ASU Stadium on November 21st, shame on you, because a lot of things are going on, and we're going to have a great football game against the Miles Golden Bears. For Coach Brian Jenkins, I'm Mo Carter. Thank you for watching the ASU Football Buzz.